The Angels are back in Chicago, but this time they're on the north side where two friends get to square off against each other in an old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Angels, Cubs, next. Nothing like summertime baseball in the Windy City. The Angels enjoyed their off day in Chicago yesterday, and interleague action is amongst us once again. It is game one of a two-game series against the Chicago Cubs beginning tonight. We welcome you inside Wrigley Field and back to Angels baseball on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and as we just showcased to you, a couple of friends on the mound today. John Lackey going for the Cubs, Jared Weaver for the Halos.
Yeah, Victor, it's the mentor versus the student. These are best of friends, and John Lackey taught Jared Weaver so much, and both of them pitched very well against the opponent. Weaver threw the ball exceptionally well last time back here in 2010 when he was on the mound. 7 shutout innings. John Lackey 4-2 with an ERA just over 4 in 6 career starts. But above all, they get to face each other in the batter's box tonight too, so that's to make it even more intriguing for the two friends.
Weaver, of course, with Mike Socha's lineup in that number 8 spot. We're just about ready for baseball in the north side. Sit back, relax. Going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Sports West is brought to you by Hyundai. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. By Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Brewhouse Bacon Burger today for limited time only at participating restaurants. By your Southern California Toyota dealers. By Mercury Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by the Jeep Renegade. Find your inner Renegade and reach your highest potential with an EPA estimated 31 highway miles per gallon. We welcome you back to Chicago and to Wrigley Field, the friendly confines, as Ernie Banks used to call it, and certainly a spectacular place, a historic place. It's been renovated a little bit. They've started in the outfield with the scoreboards and stuff, and it looks very good. and may look a little different on TV, but in person it certainly blends in with the feel of this historic ballpark. The Cubs have taken the field, so we will check out Mike Scioscia's starting lineup for the Angels, who roll into this one 16 back at the start of the day. And Texas has won today, so they are currently 49-62. Yunel Escobar, after missing a game, is back in the lineup at third base. Calhoun, in right field. Mike Trout at center. Albert Pujols at first base with no DH in the National League. Andrelton Simmons at shortstop. Ji-Man Choi at left. Jet Bandy behind the plate. Jared Weaver in that 8th spot, and Cliff Pennington tonight getting to start at second base, and he will bat ninth as they take on the 37-year-old right-hander native of Abilene, Texas. Former Angel himself, John Lackey.
Yeah, our good friend, still having a solid season for the Cubs. 8-7, the ERA 3.70. My go-to is to be successful against Lackey. Be ready early, especially early in the game. ERA 4.50 in the first and second inning. After that, he settles in and frustrated, bunt on him, steal some bases, get him out of his element, because when he's under control emotionally out there, he's very difficult to beat.
It is a warm, muggy night as far as rain. Not supposed to rain at all today or tomorrow. We got a couple of night games here. This is, of course, second meeting between these two teams. They lost the first 2 games this season against a couple of very good pitchers and a very good team in the Chicago Cubs. First one tonight is cut on and ripped out toward right field. Jason Hayward is there. 1 pitch and 1 out to start the ball game. Let's check out the Chicago Cubs on the defensive side of things. Soler, Fowler, Hayward in the outfield from left to right. Bryant, Russell on the left side. Zobrist and Rizzo on the right. Contreras behind the plate.
And Rizzo, very mobile around that first base, has been very good this year. .995 fielding percentage, tied for 4th in the National League. .994 last year, .993 in 2014. So he has continued to improve at first base for Anthony Rizzo.
A terrific ball player. One heck of an offensive force as Cole takes outside for ball 1. .274 batting average for Cole with 10 home runs, 54 runs batted in. He was, of course, swept over the weekend in Seattle. And this is driven out toward left center field, hit well. Fowler moving back on the track. That is gone. Big fly for Cole Calhoun. And the Angels have a 1-0 lead.
Looked like Cole stopped this to make sure he got the call that it was a home run. What a swing. He's been hitting the ball very well of late. That timing mechanism gets back for Cole. Very important to see him drive the ball to left center field for his 11th home run, 55th RBI. See how well he stays back on this one, thinking in terms of driving the ball the other way, and hit very well to left center field. 368 sign off the fan's hand.
Nice try by Fowler.
Well, they were going to throw it back anyhow, so he figured to get rid of it quickly.
First home run for Cole since June 25th, and Trout will take outside for ball 1. There's a long stretch of games for Cole without a home run, but we saw it over the weekend, kind of making the adjustments, hitting the ball the other way and driving it that way. Good way to get this one started. As Trout fouls this one back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Mike Trout.
Boy, Trout had an unbelievable batting practice session today. Talk about hitting some mammoth home runs. The batting practice hit the scoreboard, hit a couple completely out of the stadium.
Foul tips that one into the glove. Behind him, the count at 1-2. Mike had a tough birthday on Sunday. That one's down and away.
And that's the pattern for John Lackey. You've seen not only as an Angel, but throughout his career. He'll throw a fastball away and back it up with a slide in that same plane and break it off the outside corner. If you're patient, bring him in the middle of the plate, you could do some damage. He's given up now 19 home runs the season after that home run by Cole Calhoun.
Full count. Shot over 4 on Sunday with 4 strikeouts. Contreras set up outside. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that is driven out toward right center field. Fowler was shading him that way. He will make the catch. 2 down.
And my Hyundai key for the game today for the Angels to be successful. Going to the sticks, little Chicago band. too much time on my hands. Again, don't wait till later in the game to try to attack John Lackey. Early in the game, need to be successful. Mention that 4.50 ERA for Lackey in the first and second inning. And also early in counts, 1-0 counts, hitters hitting over 500 against them.
So Albert Pujols steps up, smattering of boos. He will look at a strike. Albert playing first base, hitting .257, 21 home runs, 86 RBIs. Takes down and away. Albert with pretty decent numbers against the Chicago Cubs and in Wrigley Field, to be exact. A .302 career batting average, 28 home runs and 72 runs batted in 88 games here. Ahead of the count of 2-1. 301 career batting average against the Cubs. Book still filing in. Cubs have been red hot. They lead the National League Central by 11 games over the St. Louis Cardinals. Albert drives this one out toward right center field. Fowler drifting over underneath it, and will make the catch for the third out. But the Angels strike first in the first. Cole Calhoun with a home run the opposite way, giving the Halos the early lead.
What a perfect swing for Cole, thinking the driving ball the other way with authority out of the ballpark. Left center field for Cole.
Cole Calhoun's home run, his 11th of the year, 55th RBI. Check out Joe Maddon's lineup for the red hot Chicago Cubs. Currently at 69-41. Dexter Fowler will lead things off in center. Chris Bryant at third. Anthony Rizzo, the first baseman, bends over. So cleanup hitter at second. Jorge Soler in left field. Jason Hayward in right. Addison Russell the shortstop. Wilson Contreras the catcher. And John Lackey batting ninth. He, of course, is the pitcher. Taking on Jared Weaver, making his 22nd start, 8-8 with a 5.11 ERA.
Yeah, the big thing for Weave today is my go-tos is really comes down to controlling counts and slow ride for success. That slow curveball and changeup. Two of the most patient hitters in baseball here, both center fielders, Dexter Fowler and Mike Trout, both see a lot of pitches per plate appearance.
Count even up at a ball and a strike on the switch hitting center fielders, hitting .289. 20 doubles, 4 triples, 9 home runs, 36 RBIs, .397 on base percentage. He loops this one out towards center field. Trout racing over. Will make the catch for the first out. Defensively for the Angels this evening, you've got G-Man Choi left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun in right, the infield with Yunel Escobar and Andrelton Simmons on the left. Cliff Pennington, Albert Pujols on the right. Jet Bandy tonight behind the plate.
And Albert Pujols getting an opportunity to play back at first base. His 27th start at first base this season. When you think about what the club has done, 14-12 when Albert has started at first base, 35-50 when he's been either out of the lineup or designated hitter. Albert in a little bit better flow, and the team much better with Albert at first base.
Chris Bryant jumping on the first pitch, pops it up to shallow right. Albert backpedals out. With Pennington coming over and cuts in front of Albert. And Albert gives him a nice courtesy stare to get out of the way.
I think Albert knew we were going to talk about him, so he had to go back for a pop-up. Pennington was playing behind second base. Yeah. I think he just was wanting to stretch. He's like, yeah, are you loose now?
I think he just wanted to make sure it wasn't Giavotella cutting in front of him. He forgot maybe that Pennington was getting to start. He goes, what are you doing?
He's going to throw the ball at him if it was Giavotella.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Anthony Rizzo at the plate. Foul tips out, went into the glove. Strike 1.
By the way, how about a first at bat and first home run for Cole Calhoun here at Wrigley Field? A home run and a first at bat against John Lackey. Pretty good start here at Wrigley Field for Cole Calhoun.
Shift on with Rizzo at the plate. That's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is a lineup that Joe Maddon has put together that, you know, from a batting average standpoint, it doesn't raise any eyebrows, but they certainly can swing the bats with the long ball. Drive in some runs, 134 home runs on the year. Best record in baseball, 7-game winning streak. Rizzo cuts through this one.
When you think about it, 556 runs scored, and it's a National League club. The Angels have hit the ball very, very well and scored a bunch of runs. 515 runs scored.
Isn't that crazy? They're 10-1 in their last 11 games, 17-6 of the last 23. That one missed upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. What's interesting, with the best record in baseball, that's while playing just 4 games over 500 since June the 5th. That's how good they were to start.
That is amazing. How well they have pitched and hit the long ball in particular.
Rizzo gets jammed, rolls it foul.
I mean, their start, I mean, they were projecting how many wins they would have at the end of the season the way they started out.
Yeah, people were projecting 195 wins for them in a 162 game win season, or 162 game season, I should say.
Why wouldn't you? They're the
because they're that good.
Yeah.
But they are pretty tough team, and of course with the addition of Aroldis Chapman to the back end of that bullpen, it's even tougher. That one's low.
I talked to Joe Maddon earlier today, and he just really enjoying himself. But with his team, a bunch of, you know, they have a bunch of veterans who go along with all these young, talented players. Joe has them loose, trying to keep that pressure off the youngsters like a Chris Bryant and Addison Russell.
Two quick outs for Weaver. And there's a walk. Going with the off-speed pitch. Rizzo's on board.
That's a pretty good bat for Rizzo behind the count right away. That did not help Weaver out by chasing anything out of the strike zone.
It's the 60th walk that he's picked up this year. So Ben Zobrist will bat with 2 outs and a man on. .279 batting average for Ben. His first year of a 4-year deal that he signed in the offseason. Rizzo takes off to throw down to second. A good one and a quick tag by Simmons. Inning comes to an end. Jet Bandit, Andrelton Simmons for the 3rd out. We've played 1 here at Wrigley. The Angels have a 1-0 lead. 1-0. They will have Simmons, Choi, and Bandy coming up to face John Lackey. Hey, what do you know? Joe Madden used to be a bench coach for the Angels.
Yeah, and Ron Brennicky there, Alfredo Griffin, Bud Black, who's in town. Special assistant for Billy Epler. A lot of the fellas together. I know they all went to dinner last night. Joe Madden has done an amazing job here with the Cubbies. They've had a lot of young talent. You need the right guy to be able to make sure those young talented players are under control.
One ball, one strike on Andrelton Simmons.
In that pattern from Lackey, a lot of pitches away. Fastballs, sliders. He will throw a curveball and changeup.
Off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Contreras trying to bring him back on the outside corner. Very solid defender behind the plate. Thrown out 46% of would-be base stealers.
Going with the off speed.
Good changeup there from Lackey.
Andrelton hitting .286. 16 doubles, 24 runs batted in. After a good start in the month of August, 8 for 24. Fouls this one off. Nice throw, by the way, by Jet Bandy. The second base. Rizzo had a pretty decent jump. That throw right on the money and a quicker tag by Simmons.
So often we talk about Simmons, what he could do in the field, going back for pop-ups, ground balls, but also really, really good applying a tag quickly from the throw from the catcher.
Lackey drops down a little bit. Rizzo to field the skimmer. 1 down.
Yeah, that's one thing you'll see from Lackey more so over the last couple of years. Drop that arm angle to create better action and sink action on his fastball.
They call the old Laredo.
Yes.
He's from Texas after all.
Yes, indeed. Big Cowboy fan.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
Hang with him.
I agree with that.
8 years with the Angels, 102 and 71 with a 3.81 ERA for the former Halo.
I'm sure we made a lot of friends from Cowboy fans out there right now.
Oh well.
Yep.
Wilson Contreras setting up outside, and G-Man Choi fouls that one back. Choi, 169 average. He's 14 for 83 this year. 4 doubles, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. He started today in left field, and that one just a bit upstairs.
It's changing that eye level to the max. Trying to go up and in. Instead it goes up and away. And almost into the stands.
One and two. And 2 guys on the mound. Obviously, you mentioned the mentor and the pupil. Neither guy really strays off the mound much. Get it and go.
Incredible competitors that will wear that emotion on their sleeve.
Lackey last year, 13-10 record and 2.77 ERA with the Cardinals. Trying to get a 2-year deal in the offseason. '23rd start for the Cubs this year. 8-7. Choi fouls it off.
Looked like Lackey slowed down his delivery on that changeup.
Halos with a run in the first. Solo home run by Cole Calhoun out toward left center.
Pretty odd thing about Weaver's ERA 5.11 this season. Lackey's last 10 starts ERA 5.11.
Called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. And Choi is down looking for out number 2.
And with Jet Bandy coming to the plate, time now for a Honda helpful moment. Jet Bandy, the arm behind the plate, quick transfer and throw and quick tag by Simmons to finish off the innings. Rizzo trying to steal a base, easily gets him out there on that slide with a perfect tag, but a quick catch and throw from Jet Bandy.
2 outs, nobody on for the guy affectionately known as the Bandy Man. Takes down and away. Jet hitting .288 through 36 big league games, 6 doubles, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs.
He was pretty funny today because that's the Bandy Man says hi to you. Make sure you tell Victor the same today.
Orioles will make a decision here in the next couple of days. Giovanni Soto is on the verge of returning off the disabled list with a sore right knee. Bandy will stay and Perez goes down. That's how it happened the last time. 2 balls and a strike. The Angels made a couple of other moves today. Cam Bedrosian being placed on the 15-day disabled list. Tendonitis in his pitching hand, one of the fingers in his pitching hand. AJ Ochter called back up. It's fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Angels also claimed Brett Oberholzer, former Houston Astro. He was on waivers from the Phillies. Lefty just claimed today. Probably won't join the team till Thursday. Cleveland. The Angels have to make a move at that point. So we don't know who's closing tonight as we get to that situation. This was fouled back. To be perfectly honest with Street and Bedrosian on the DL. It's kind of a pickup situation for Mike Scioscia.
I think there's a possibility of any 3. It would be either J.C. Ramirez, Yolis Guerra, or Fernando Salas. One of those 3 more than likely. But if you ask Weaver, he'll say, no, I'll close it out.
Not needed.
Yes.
And he takes a called strike 3, and the Angels are down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It's a 1-0 Angels lead. The bottom of the second. Get your red on as the Angels take on the Seattle Mariners on Monday, August 15th at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a Panama golf hat courtesy of San Diego Zoo Safari Park while supplies last. Go to angels.com/promotions to get your tickets today.
It's going to be fantastic wearing that hat.
Angels go home for 4 against the Mariners and then 3 against the New York Yankees. But while we're here in Chicago, a lot of Angel fans all over this ballpark. A lot of Angel red everywhere.
Yeah, I ran into a bunch of them down there on the field today, all around the city, really. They were so excited about the opportunity to come to this ballpark.
Halos overall 5-7 since 2004 against the Cubs, 2-3 here at Wrigley Field. Zobrist takes a strike. He was at the plate when Rizzo was called out trying to steal the second base.
Saw one of those umbrella hats down there.
Did you? I saw a couple in Seattle. They're everywhere. One ball, one strike. Zobrist hitting .279, 13 home runs, 56 RBIs. Three-time All-Star, including this year. Two-one count. Stay away from him.
Zobrist's very patient at the plate.
Leads the team in walks with 63. Off speed, hit there. Full count.
Ball followed up with a fastball there, out in front, rolled over, pulled it foul. Zobrist with the most experience against Weaver, .296 career hitter.
Goes down swinging as this one's foul tipped into the mitt. One down.
That's a real good sequence. You went from a slow curveball to a fastball, followed up with a changeup going down and away. Perfect spot. Great movement on that changeup. Get a swing and miss.
First strikeout of the night for Weaver.
See that foot is down, but hip flying open, trying to make contact with that changeup, but unable to do so. Great sequence by Weaver. And by Jet Bandy behind the plate.
Jorge Soler at the plate, the left fielder. Takes a strike. Activated off the disabled list on Friday. Spent almost 2 months on the DL with a strained left hamstring. .232 average with 7 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Oh, 2.
Back-to-back fastballs. Looking all speed. Now you would think slider or curveball down in the dirt.
Back inside. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Second career start at Wrigley Field for Weaver. Picked up the win. His first one. 2 hits in 7 innings. This was pulled toward third. Sounded like it broke his bat. Simmons gets rid of it quickly. Drew down.
A little slider off the outside corner. Hit off the end of the bat. Cracked the bat. Nice play by Simmons once again. It's a long throw across the diamond, but never an issue when you have an arm like Anderson Simmons at shortstop.
So 2 outs and the bases are clear for Jason Hayward. Hayward at .229. 5 home runs, 32 runs batted in. 27-year-old just turned 27 today. Just heard the organist play some happy birthday music.
Boy, real good curveball. Good to see Weaver with the feel of all 4 pitches early in this game when you're facing a lineup like the Cubs. Very important to have them working for you.
Oh, 2, a little flare out toward right center field. Trout has to race in, and it's going to fall in there. So 2-out single for Hayward.
Got jammed on a high fastball.
Bring up the shortstop, Addison Russell.
I guess being his birthday, he gets a little flare to fall in there for a base hit.
A long season for the right fielder. We're signing an 8-year deal in the offseason.
It would have been Whitney Houston's birthday today, too. This little fun fact for you, Victor.
Things that make you go,
yes. She had a tremendous voice.
Addison Russell taking a strike. .245 batting average for the shortstop. 12 home runs, 66 RBIs. Much better at home than he has been out on the road. .276 here at Wrigley. .214 away from here. Mantua having to retrieve something in the left field corner. That's the delay. Baseball apparently. 2-out single for Hayward. He's over at first. Calhoun with a home run in the first inning of the Angels, a 1-0 lead.
Pretty good velo early on for Weaver, 84 to 86, pretty much consistently with his fastball.
There's a guy on the mound right now who's pitching with a lot of confidence. Feeling pretty good about his stuff.
And this, a lot of conversations of late. He just likes the way the baseball has been feeling off his fingertips, whether it's his fastball or all speed pitches.
Check swing. Looked like he went around, and he did on 3 pitches. Third out is recorded. We will head to the third. Jared Weaver to lead things off with the Angels up 1-0.
Driver's seat brought to you by Kia. John Lackey on the mound tonight, was also on the mound back in 2002 for that big win in Game 7. Being the first rookie to start and win Game 7 in the world since 1909. Lackey, intense, always has been. That fastball at that point, 94 to 97, big curveball and also slider. Attacked that lineup for the San Francisco Giants before eventually Floyd Percival getting that last out of the game.
Weaver swinging first pitch and fouls it off. 0-1 count.
Weaver looking for his first career extra base hit. See if he can get it against his buddy.
4 for 43 in his career. Cuts through the high fastball. 0-2.
Remember, John Lester and Lackey were best friends, and it took a long time for Lester to get a hit before he faced John Lackey and got his first hit.
Called strike 3. 1 down.
You got to respect that. He went after with 3 fastballs in a row. Old school against the pitcher. Although he would have been preferred maybe 89 or 90 instead of 93.
Yeah, why do you have to hop up?
Yeah. He saw that first swing that we've had against him. He's looking for that first extra base hit.
Second strikeout for Lackey tonight. Cliff Pennington tonight getting to start at second. He's batting in the 9th spot. Pennington hitting .243. A couple of doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs.
Speaking of Troy Percival, it's his birthday today also.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Say it ain't so. Called strike 3. 2 down.
So far for Lackey. Will paint the corner with his breaking ball and his fastball.
Calling strikes. Trip Gibson calling the balls and strikes tonight. Hunter Wendelston at first. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, at second. And Stu Sherwater at third base. Here's Escobar. Saw one pitch. His first at bat lined out to right. Swings through the second pitch tonight. It's a 0-1 count. He sat out on Sunday. A sore right knee.
Good career numbers against Lackey coming into the game. .367 batting average, 11 for 30. And watching his batting practice today, he said he was going to be aggressive against Lackey because he's had success, and so far he's seen 3 pitches against him. He's swung at all 3. One a fly out, hit well to right. Now 2 in a row here.
Drops down now with a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two strikeouts to start this 3rd inning. Just off the plate. Lackey certainly wanted it.
Yeah, that was about a baseball or 2 off the outside corner, though.
This was hit toward short. Russell has it. Lackey with a 1-2-3 third. Right at the bottom of the inning. 8-9-1 coming up for Chicago with the Angels up 1-0. with a 1-0 lead. Want to remind you to join us for Ducks Night. That's coming up on August 16th. Angels taking on the Seattle Mariners at 7:05. Visit angels.com/ducks to get an exclusive ticket package that includes a ticket to the game and a co-branded hat. Angels.com/ducks for more details.
It'd be a fun night. I remember when the Angels had their night at Honda Center with the Ducks. That was a lot of fun. Rod Carew dropping the puck with Tyler Skaggs.
Another great shot right there. Dad, two kids like they're worn out already.
I'm sure they were. The dad was walking around every square inch of the stadium. Everybody I talked to, well, we went to this tour here. We went to this tour there.
Done. Love it. Contreras behind in the count at 0-2.
And kids really love when their parents take them on tours of places. Love it.
Wilson hitting .264, 5 home runs, 19 RBIs. He'll take down low. 1-2. Contreras raking at AAA Iowa. 54 games, 350, 16 doubles, 9 home runs, 43 RBIs. And his 8th season with the Cubs. He's just 24 years of age. And that is, boy.
It's a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, I thought he was going to bring it up. 2-2.
Look at our Foxtrots, an 84-mile-an-hour fastball, lower part of the strike zone. A little cut action on that fastball, four-seamer from Weaver.
And that is hit out to left center field, a hit well, and we are going to be tied at 1. Contreras with his 6th home run of the season. Solo shot to lead off the bottom of the 3rd.
135th home run this season by the Chicago Cubs. Contreras' 6th home run. Oh, it was hit square on another fastball. Weaver out over the plate. A good extension on that one. Especially, I was surprised he went with a fastball, Weave. He has such a good break a ball going, especially a fastball in. You would think break a ball away.
The first 2 pitches were breaking balls that got Contreras to swing on as Lackey takes a strike. '24th home run allowed by Weaver this year. And Lackey drives one out toward right center field. Playable for Trout. 1 down. Back to the top of the order now, Dexter Fowler.
One thing about Fowler, very good on fastballs coming into this game. Fowler, .373 batting average versus fastballs. Weaver's thrown quite a few fastballs early on in this game.
Fowler will look at a strike. Hit a fly ball out to left center field his first at bat. Cues this one toward 3rd. Escobar was in on the grass. Playing 2 down. So 2 outs, nobody on, and Chris Bryant up. Foul back. Bryant saw 1 pitch. His first at bat popped out to Albert.
The shift on here for Bryant at the plate.
Fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes.
You think about numbers of shifts being put on defensively. The Angels come in this game 857, which is 7th most. But then you look at the Cubs, only 221 shifts on. put on, 29th in baseball.
One ball, two strikes. If I remember correctly, too, they didn't shift a whole lot last year either.
Joe Maddon was always known to do that so often when he was down there in Tampa. His pitching staff has been very good for him, the starting staff.
Ryan drives one out toward right center. Cole racing back, as is Trout. Onto the track is Calhoun. He'll put it away for the third out. The Cubs tie it up on the Contreras home run as we head to the fourth. It's a 1-1 game.
In the first inning, Cole Calhoun first at bat at Wrigley Field, worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. First at bat at Wrigley, home run at Wrigley for Cole Calhoun.
Calhoun drowning Pujols. It's John Lackey. Four strikeouts for Lackey. One hit allowed, that was the home run. That'll paint the inside corner. Run to Cole, the first one, as we mentioned, the first inning since June 25th, home against the Oakland A's. This is back toward the middle. Russell was shading him that way, though. One down.
Enough in the inside part of the plate for Lackey against Cole to jam him.
Trout late on that one.
He doesn't swing at the first pitch often, but he generally, if he is going to, he's looking for a fastball in the inner part of the plate. Instead, Lackey painted the outside corner.
One ball, one strike. Mike hit a fly ball out in his first at bat.
When you're a hitter going against Lackey, a little over 70% of the time he will throw first pitch fastball.
There's that off speed. 1-2. Very good numbers for Lackey this year here in this ballpark compared to his road numbers. That's a called strike 3. Trout doesn't like the call. 2 down. That's a 5th strikeout. All 5 strikeouts for Lackey looking.
Upper part of the strike zone corner of Fox Tracks touches that upper part. Pretty high total strikeouts anyhow in this game for Lackey, but all 5 looking. Like you said, Victor, that's an unusual amount. That's a veteran getting that borderline call.
Albert takes outside.
Especially when you look at Contreras, he moves that glove a lot to bring that baseball back on the corner. A lot of times an umpire will not call that because you give the illusion that it's off the plate.
You get an umpire behind the plate like that, you just continue to expose that zone.
Yeah,
as much as possible.
You start off with about a half a baseball off the corner, and then maybe even with 2 a baseball off the corner for getting those calls.
3-0.
No doubt Albert will be swinging 3-0 here. He gets a fastball to do some damage.
This 3-ball count for Lackey. He swings 3-0, and this one out to right center. Hayward calling for it. And the Angels down at order. Way to the bottom of the 4th, still tied at 1.
Tools of the trade brought to you by Ram Trucks. Mike Trout may not have hit a home run on his birthday, but on his birthday with the bases loaded, leaps up and robs Leonis Martin of a grand slam well over the wall. Great play by Mike Trout. Gets a high 5 with Cole Calhoun.
Tied at 1 to start the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 hit for the Angels. That was the Cole Calhoun blast to left center field. 2 hits for Chicago, one of which was the Contreras blast to left center. It's Anthony Rizzo leading things off, and he will take outside.
This will be a big inning for Weaver here, 2nd time through. A number of power hitters at this point for the Cubs in this lineup.
That is pulled toward right field. Cole's not going to get there. The base of the wall. Rizzo on his way to 2nd with a double. That's his 33rd of the season.
He went down and got this all-speed pitching. Quite get it down as far as he wanted to. Weave. Rizzo hooked that one right down there into the lines in the corner. Another extra base hit. Now 60 extra base hits, 24 home runs, 33 doubles, and 3 triples for Rizzo.
fielded first base, saying he missed first.
See, indeed, if he touched the base.
Oh, yeah.
Just barely. The cleat on the top of the corner of that base. I imagine, though, from the dugout, it probably had that look as if he did miss the base.
Count on Zobrist.
Mike Scioscia's asking if that pitch was low. Again, another one of those pitches that could have been called a strike, lower part of the strike, so it didn't get called last inning for Contreras at the plate. Instead, got another pitch to swing at and hit it out.
And that would have been a strike 3 down that call. Two balls, no strikes on Zobrist. Fouled back off of Bandy. Leadoff double for Rizzo. He stands at second. Going to play today, time for first in doubles in the National League. Just turned 27 yesterday. Crazy to think this is his third organization. Boston to San Diego to Chicago. Coveted, though.
And you almost think he's always been a Chicago Cub.
Right.
I mean, when he first got here through a couple of those lean years, saw some of those young players and knew at some point we're going to get an opportunity at the major league level from Chris Bryant on forth. All of a sudden you have a talented young group to go along with some veterans like a Zobrist around you.
There's that changeup.
That's a pitch he got him out on the first at bat, a changeup.
Full count. Rizzo going from Boston to San Diego as part of the Adrian Gonzalez trade, and then to the Cubs as part of the Andrew Cashner deal. Cashner now with the Marlins. Three-two to Zobrist, and he pulls this one down the right field line, and that is a fair ball. Hops the side wall. Rizzo comes in to score. It's back-to-back doubles for Chicago, and the Cubs lead it 2-1.
Went back-to-back off-speed outer part of the plate. This time Zobrist went down and got it and hooked it right down the line. The changeup didn't quite get down where the pitch was before that one changeup, or the one he struck him out with his first at bat.
So no outs and a man at second. Here's Jorge Soler, grounded out his first time up. He drives this one beyond the reach of Simmons in the left. Zobrist will be stopped at third, even though G-Man bobbles it for a second. Like you said, the important part of this lineup, the second time through the order, get to record an out.
Yeah, made some adjustments. The hitters have against Weaver this time through.
Hayward had a bloop single in his first at bat.
Well, I think when you look at Weaver, hitters first time through this year, 257. Second time through, though, 318.
I think too, Goobies, for the most part, in the first 3 innings, he had been getting ahead. First pitch strikes have been pretty good. This inning, the only first pitch strike was to Soler, who got the base at the left, falling behind the other 3 hitters.
And the Cubs are a team, though, you can get a strikeout. Weaver could use one now. The thing you want to do is keep that game close against the Cubs. You do not want to deal with that back end of their bullpen.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Back-to-back doubles and a single for Chicago here at the bottom of the 4th. Top 2-1. Infield back at double play depth. Zobrist at third, Soler at first. This one skied to the right side of the infield. Pennington calling for it on the dirt. 1 down.
It's a big out for Weave. Now he puts himself in position for a ground ball double play, get through the inning. 1 run scored. And the thing that's crazy about Weave this year, he's had 15 double plays turned behind him this year.
And Russell's rolled into 6. Yeah, what's interesting about that, of course, being a prototypical fly ball pitcher. But maybe I think that might be just a product of guys being over anxious at the plate, reaching for pitches
off the end of the bat.
Yeah.
When you think about lowest ground ball percentages, Weaver's at the top of that list. 29.6%.
Russell struck out in the first. There's that over anxiousness.
And if he makes contact, that baseball will be hit on the ground.
Oh, 2. Just missed off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-1 Chicago, bottom of the 4th.
Now this would be a time for Weaver because of that slider. You can either go back to another slider or try to paint a fastball right on that outside corner at the knees. Should be very effective.
Throw that slow curveball in there. 2-2.
See if he can get him to chase that one in the dirt. If not, hit it off the end of the bat and get a ground ball and an infielder.
Hayward, 8 stolen bases, has been caught 3 times. Contreras, the catcher's on deck. Out to center. Zobrist tagging. Trout makes the catch. The throw will go to second. And the Cubs lead is 3-1. Sac fly for Addison Russell.
And going back to the 3rd inning when Wilson Contreras came to the plate, Weaver threw a pitch in the sequence that he felt hit the perfect spot. Right on that inside part of the play where the fastball did not get the call. And then fastball out over the plate. Contreras got the barrel of the bat and hits it out, tied it up at that point at 1.
First pitch is strike. Got 2 catchers in the game today. First career home runs. Pinch hit home runs. Bandy in Minneapolis last year. Contreras earlier this year. No balls, 2 strikes.
64 pitches for Weaver, 43 of them strikes.
This is lined to second, and that's the 3rd out. Right to Cliff Pennington. Chicago strikes for 2 as we head to the 5th. Cubbies up 3-1.
Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Subaru. We believe in making the world a better place. That's why we donate to causes we care about. By El Pollo Loco, try the new overstuffed quesadillas today. And by Nissan. On your mark, get set, save during Nissan's Bottom Line Summer event. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Warm muggy night in Chicago. The Angels trailing this one 3-1 as we start the top of the 5th inning. John Lackey finishing up his warm-up pitches. The Angels here in the 5th will set up Simmons, Choi, and Bandy against the right-hander, who's really been aggressive at throwing early strikes and picking up some strikeouts, albeit all looking, but 5 of them with no walks and just 1 hit allowed. The Cole Calhoun home run in the 1st inning.
He's faced 13 batters, 8 first pitch strikes. Both pitchers have thrown a lot of strikes in this game.
He had 53 pitches, 34 for strikes, and add 1 to each of those columns. Andrelton behind at the count at 0-1. He grounded out his first time up. Pack them in here at Wrigley Field. More than 9 games now. As a matter of fact, Google, this is the 28th anniversary of the first official night game at Wrigley. August 9th, 1988 against the New York Metropolitans. Cubs won.
Yeah, they originally had the game scheduled the night before, but it got rained out.
That would have been against the Phillies, if I'm not mistaken.
But a thing like Lackey and Weaver both can get back into counts by throwing their breaking pitches or changeups for strikes, instead of relying necessarily always going after a hitter in a fastball count with a fastball. Simmons may have helped out Lackey on that one, but because that breaking ball was called a strike the pitch before, a lot of times as a hitter you're more apt to expand your strike zone and swing at it. That's exactly what Simmons did.
You're feeling pretty good on the mound if you're a pitcher. You're starting to get the calls. All four quadrants of the strike zone, borderline pitches. I mean, that gives you, first of all, you feel very confident on a warm night. You got pretty good velocity. Now you can kind of throw the pitch wherever you want, and the chances of getting called a strike are pretty good.
It's like for a pitcher and a hitter, when you're confident, you're more apt to do well.
Simmons takes just off the plate.
Lackey didn't like that one, but that was off the plate. That glove has seen a lot of screams in it over his career.
3-2, and it's a ground ball short. Simmons grounds one to Russell, one down.
Another one of those young shortstops that are very, very good, very athletic, and field their position so well. Well, we said that a lot from everywhere we've been of late. Very good young shortstops throughout Major League Baseball. You see one of the best ones too. We work our way over to Cleveland in Lindor.
G-Man Choi shoots one back up the middle, and Russell with a diving stop gets up, fires from a knee, and they got him. And Choi doesn't like the call.
Yeah, I think Mike Scioscia's going to make sure they check this one out inside.
But just for Russell to knock that ball down and even have a shot at it, tremendous play.
He got a lot on the throw too. Full extension on the dive. How quickly he got up and fired it to first with a lot on it. Tough to tell from that angle. Right away, Mike Scioscia's going to challenge that one in. Foot is down. It looks like he's safe. But a great, great play. Addison Russell. What a play.
Hunter Wendelstedt, the first base umpire, across the diamond along with Jerry Lane. Crew chief put the headsets on.
Right away, Mike Scioscia looked in at Dina Weaver, who called in to Steve Solis about this. See the foot down on the base. Baseball not in the glove yet. Clearly safe. Shouldn't take long.
That previous replay made it look closer. That one looks like it's an easy call.
And it's quick.
Yeah. Call is overturned for a base hit for G-Man Choi.
I'll tell you, that was an amazing play, though. To get that much on that throw after diving and knocking it down behind the base at second in the outfield grass.
Second hit of the night. Jet Bandio bat. Man on, one out. Jet went down looking. His first at bat, 1 of 5 strikeouts for Lackey.
.333 batting average last dozen games.
This one's pulled out to shallow left field. Soler comes in, makes the catch.
Soler is a big fellow out there in left field. They have some young talent.
Two outs and Weaver at the plate now. Throw it first. G-man's back. 0-2 count on Weaver.
Weaver's seen 5 pitches from Lackey, all fastballs.
Everything, for the most part, tonight, it's a right-handed batter from John Lack has been away.
Fastballs, whether it's his 4-seam or 2-seam. Although it's slider, although it's changeup. Will show a fastball in. Not many of them tonight, that's for sure.
Weaver punches this one to the right side and gloved by Zobrist. And the Angels are done here in the 5th. Well, into the bottom of the 5th inning. Weaver will get a little extra time to get ready. The Angels down 3-1. The first of a quick 2-game series. Hey, Kings and Ducks fans, wonder what your teams have been up to this offseason. Tonight, Patrick O'Neill and Sean O'Donnell update you on all things Kings with the Kings Live Offseason Report. Then tomorrow, it's Ducks Live Offseason Report with Ken French and Guy Bear. Get caught up with all the SoCal hockey happenings right here on Fox Sports West.
Well, I'd love to see those two teams battle it out again in the postseason. A couple years ago, had an epic 7-game series.
It was epic. Truly epic.
Epic.
Lackey, Fowler, and Bryant due up for the Cubs. Lackey's walk-up music, Friends in Low Places with Garth Brooks. Fly ball to right center field, his first at-bat.
Almost got a base hit against Lackey. Hit the ball well, but Zobrist made a real nice play to finish off that last inning.
Ground ball to short. One down. This Caprano telecast is presented by Authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Dexter Fowler 0 for 2 with a fly on the ground out. This one up on the third base side. Escobar drifting into foul territory. And
that's got to be, I mean, it's reaching, the fan was reaching out over to play.
They're saying nothing. They're saying it's a foul ball.
Yeah, Mike Scioscia's going to run out there and deservedly so.
But you know what?
Reached out over into play.
Gooby, I mean, that's somewhat of a nonchalant play by Escobar. Just get over there and make the play, but he is over the railing, is he not?
There's no doubt he's over the railing in that one. And interfered with him. Scioscia maybe asking Jerry Lane for some help. There's no doubt reaching out over play.
But again, you take that out of the equation. Is at the third baseman, you get to the wall, you get underneath the baseball, you reach up for it, and you make the grab.
Yeah, get there earlier. You take that out of the equation, you can almost box off the fan from reaching out over the play.
He wants the umpires to get together.
And they should.
I mean, you would think that Trip Gibson, the home plate umpire, would have a really good angle of it to see the hands over the railing.
Even Jerry Lane at second base.
The ghost of Bartman lives.
There's contact made by the fan with his glove.
That's pretty much over the wall.
Yeah,
there.
I mean that's
where the ball is in relation to the glove.
And the umpire's right there.
Right. And he's on the warning track.
Yeah. He had a great view of it. Credit him for getting in that position, but not surprising not making the call. And he is calling him out. And I think that's the right call. I think it's a good decision for the umpires to get together.
No argument from Joe Madden. Joe might have his guys look at it now. Oh, they're not going to argue. And you figured he would have been looking at it while the conversation was going on.
He's going, how does he not see that right there at third base? But he was in position.
Anything in the stands, that is fair game.
Yes.
As a fan. The minute you reach over the wall, it's interference. And Bryant launches one to deep left field, and the Cubs extend their lead on the very first pitch. And he has swung first pitch in every at-bat. He homers here to make it 4-1.
Lee's been very good with his slider, but that delay, waiting for that call to be made. And first pitch out of the gate, a slider, and Bryant incredibly strong. 28th home run, now 70 RBI on the season for the young superstar. Got that foot down and he clears the hips. Barrel of bat with a perfect swing path to drive that one out the left field, way out the left. By the
There's
University of San Diego. Yep.
Second home run allowed by Weaver. There's Rizzo, who's been on board twice with a walk and a double. Two and one. RBI for Bryant, by the way, is 70.
And 60 extra base hits for Rizzo this season.
Pops this one up. Long run for Simmons and Choi. G-Man racing over and overruns it. It's a fair ball as he stumbles on that bullpen mound. It'll fall in for a double. He had a long way to go and just could not slow up enough to make the catch.
Choi had to go a long distance trying to track that baseball, trying to reach back, and then stumbles on that bullpen mound. At that point was not even looking for that and trips straight down. And once he reached back, he was trying to get there as quick as possible. And as much ground as Simmons can cover, there's no way he can get to that baseball.
Second double of the game for Rizzo. And here's Zobrist. He doubled his last time up. 1 for 2. '75th pitch for Weaver. Seven hits for Chicago. They're stranded 2. The Angels with 2 hits. One by Calhoun. Infield base hit by G-Man Choi. Three and 1. Soler on deck.
Zobrist ever so patient. Picks up another walk. The highest walk percentage, the highest in Major League Baseball for Zobrist. 14.2%. It's Charles Nagy on the phone now down to the bullpen.
Movement down there. Mike Moore looks to be the first man up. Soler with a ground on his single. He's got 2 men on with 2 outs. We're in the 5th. 4-1 Chicago.
Just enough off that curveball, but a dangerous located pitch though from Weaver. Pretty much the heart of the plate. Just enough off that. First pitch before that, 83 on the fastball. That curveball at 70.
Little cue shot, first base side. Albert will feed it to Weaver, and he drops the ball. Coming in to score is Rizzo, and it's 5-1. Zobrist ends up at third.
Yeah, once you look up as a pitcher on that one, a very difficult play for both first baseman and for Weaver to cover the base. Most times in that ground ball like that, as a pitcher, your mindset is, I'm fielding myself, I'm going to take it and go all the way to the base. Take the throw out of the equation, field the ball yourself. It's a tough play for a first baseman.
I don't know that he gets him if the ball's there in time and the run scores because that ball gets away. There should be an error there somewhere, you would think.
83 pitches for Weaver, had 23 of them back in the 4th inning.
infield base hit. No RBI. Hayward takes low. Hayward, a single and a fly out. Lawrence ready to go in the bullpen. One and two. A two-out rally. After that call, foul territory got called a pop-up, fan interference. Bryant on the first pitch, a homer. Rizzo that bloop double. Zobrist to walk, and now this play by Soler. The infield base hit in the air by Jarrett. 0-2. Down low.
It's blocked by Bandy. And that break the ball in the dirt.
Hayward goes down swinging to end the inning, but Chicago adds 2, 5 complete, 5-1 Cubs.
The line drive, Lindor. We talked about how great that young shortstop is. Lines it up the middle. Eventually scores a run. As Cleveland has the lead now 3-1 here now in the ninth inning. But a no-no again for Scherzer deep in the game. Something he's done quite a bit as a National.
Here, John Lackey's allowed 2 hits. Facing Cliff Pennington, the number 9 hitter. Delivers ball 1. Pennington, Escobar, and Calhoun for the Angels, trying to solve John Lackey. Pennington over 1 with a strikeout.
Pennington coming into this game against the Chicago Cubs, a .379 career hitter against them.
3-0.
Show some patience here, maybe a pitch or two, especially being down by 4 runs here at the top of the 6th. Once you get another one of those get over fastballs at 86 middle of the plate, I think at that point you're letting it go.
There's a leadoff walk to start the 6th.
It's what you want, an opportunity to put Lackey in that stretch position. Really only had to do that once.
Yeah. That was the single by Choi last inning. First walk in the game issued by John. 5 strikeouts. Facing Escobar is 0 for 2. Escobar is lined out to right, grounded out.
Escobar has been very aggressive in the first pitch. And a break the ball that time from Lackey. Remember that Lackey is a veteran. And Escobar was hacking at that fastball first pitch, both at bats.
This is out toward right. Jason Hayward back a couple of steps. 1 down.
Hyundai key for this game to be successful against Lackey and the Chicago Cubs. Too much time on my hand. Don't allow that first pitch fastball to get by you. Be aggressive against Lackey. Talked about scoring on him early. Cole Calhoun home run back in the first. Generally, Lackey will settle in, so you've got to be aggressive against him early in counts, especially if you get that fastball.
Pennington still at first. Here's Cole. Home run to ground out. 1 around. Cole, a little chap that the home plate umpire Gibson called that on the swing and didn't get help. 1-1.
Last time up for Cole, Lackey jammed him on a fastball in. Cole grounded to Russell at short. Fastball away, first at bat, hit it out to left center field.
Pennington's trying to advance and easily thrown out. Two down.
And a slight hesitation for Pennington originally going back to the base, but Contreras had a very good throwing arm. Throws out Pennington by quite a bit. 46% success rate against base stealers this year for Contreras.
You better make sure you can get there. That is a cannon. It might have prevented Trout coming up with a couple of men on. Second hit of the night for Cole.
So a home run to left center, a base hit between first and second for Cole, using the entire field today.
Job of the fly out and a strikeout looking. Doesn't look overly comfortable at the plate against Lackey. Takes low.
Homer noticing his third time through. Lackey's starting to throw the all-speed pitch first pitch. Like their fastball first pitch throughout.
Looks like Weaver's night will come to an end with Morin up and loosening again. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mike.
I guarantee you Mike Trout would love that pitch back, that breaking ball that stayed on the inner half. Trout, very good batting average against the breaking ball, 328 batting average.
This is line to center, right to Fowler. Inning comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Cubs leading at 5-1 when we come back. Another edition of Gooby Tuesday.
You know, just try to get that with a little bit of fruit.
Do a little bit of fruit, strawberries, maybe pineapple, and I put a little honey just to put a little sweet, just to sweeten it up a little bit and give it a little different taste.
Sounds pretty good for a little pregame meal for Simmons and Pujols. So I was always a big pancake guy in the morning the day I was going to pitch. Automatic, had to have my pancakes.
So just the morning thing.
Yeah, you know, because it's very difficult for me to relax on the day I pitch, so I really couldn't eat a whole lot that day. So I made sure I had my pancakes in the morning, maybe a sandwich later on, but that was about it.
Nice. Mike Moore on the mound takes over for Jared Weaver. Turn in and out, who's in, who's out. Moore pitching in his 39th big league game, 2-2 mark at a 5.11 ERA, 37 innings, 33 hits. And he is going to face the bottom third of the order. Russell, Contreras, and Lackey. No other changes for the Angels. Russell's 0 for 1, a strikeout in the second, had a sac fly and an RBI in the fourth. Bat goes flying, and Simmons will field it, of course, easily.
Fields everything. He was ready to throw it, too. Great changeup. Also way out in front. All-star this year for the first time.
First round pick 2012 by the Oakland A's. Jammer with a fastball, fouls it off.
Well, you notice that Bandy was setting up a high target. That was a little bit too much of the strike zone, though. And it was 93, helped out that differential. That fastball 93, the changeup was 73 the pitch before. The location was missed there by Mike Morin. Boy, Jeff Bandy's done a real good job behind the plate. For a big catcher, very soft hands, quiet behind the plate, frames pitches very well.
Fastball got him looking down, goes Russell, one away.
Exhibit A on that framing of a pitch by Jeff Bandy. Talked about how well he has done behind the plate. Framing pitches, quiet. Puts a target out there, just keeps it right there to allow Gibson to call that a strike.
One out, nobody on, and Wilson Contreras up. Weaver, by the way, 5 innings, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks on 8 hits, 2 home runs allowed. Contreras touched him for a home run in the third. Bryant got him in the fifth.
back-to-back high changeups from Mike Morin.
He's just got quick with the body. Arm dragging. A lot of times you get guys that try to sell the changeup based on the violence, if you will, of your delivery, as opposed to just letting the arm do the work.
Yeah, you try to slow down your arm as you're delivering the base, but you have to trust the grip, like that one there.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ground ball back to the mound. 2 down.
Look about the 2 best friends going at it here tonight. Teammates from 06 to 09. So far, Lackey with the lead as far as pitching the best. 6 innings, just 1 run allowed. Weaver, and 5 innings, 4 earned runs allowed for Weave. Lackey's been very, very good as far as hitting the spots tonight.
Lackey will take a strike.
Contreras looks pretty solid behind the plate. Kyle Schwarber's been out for a long time this season for the Cubs. Has played left field. Generally thought was going to be their catcher of the future. Contreras looks like he may be that guy.
Schwarber out with the ACL and MCL injuries. He's out for the year. Happened early too. Called strike 3. Down goes Lackey to 1-2-3 inning for Mike Moore. We head to the 7th. Angels down 5-1. Just a quick 2-game series. Let's take a look at the in-game box score for the Angels, and there's not a whole lot to report. 3 hits. Cole Calhoun has 2 of them. Home run to left center field in his first at-bat, then he had a base hit in his last at-bat. A G-Man choice single was up the middle on a nice play by Russell. Call it had to be overturned, and that's how Choi got the single. Here in the 7th, the Angels will send up 4, 5, and 6. Pujols, Simmons, and Choi to face John Lackey, and Lackey is come out and has just dealt tonight. He's picked up 5 strikeouts. He has walked 1, just those 3 hits. I mentioned that he has pitched well at home this year, much better than he has on the road. 5-4 and 11 starts with a 2.83 ERA here at Wrigley. He's got a 4.68 ERA out on the road.
And you would think it'd be just the opposite in this ballpark, the way at times the way the baseball carries. Well, no win tonight. Joe Madden said earlier, a lot of the games the Cubs have played, the wind has been blowing in this year.
Albert takes a strike. It's 350 down the lines here. And then you got the power alleys with the walls that come in. 368. That's 400 to straightaway center. Oh, 2.
Boy, Lackey's has painted that outside part of the plate and then expanded the outer part of the plate with his breaking ball.
Speaking of wind, there's virtually no breeze whatsoever going on today in Chicago, especially here in this ballpark. Albert 0 for 2. Lines this one out toward right. Jason Hayward was shading him that way. He will track it down for the first out. Get your red on as the Angels take on the Mariners next Thursday, August 18th. That's the 4th game of a 4-game series. Fans in attendance will receive an exclusive Hello Kitty plush toy while supplies last. Visit angels.com/promotions to get your tickets.
The offensive numbers may be down a little bit for Jason Hayward, but what an outstanding defender he is in the outfield. That was a good play he made on Albert.
Simmons went around. He offered at that pitch. It's a 0-1 count. Andrelton is 0 for 2, twice having grounded out. 86 pitches for Lackey, 56 strikes. Ground ball to short. Said that quite a bit tonight, it seems like. 2 down.
You know, when you're trying to pull that outside pitch, you're going to get a lot of action at the shortstop. The only way to combat that as a hitter, right-handed batter, is to try to drive the ball the other way. Then it will force Lackey middle in. If you're going to swing at that pitch, he's going to stay out there all day.
Joy 1 for 2. Fernando Salas will pitch the bottom of the 7th. Ground ball to first. Lackey making him look easy. A 1-2-3 7th stretch time here at Wrigley. 5-1 Cubs. Game series here at Wrigley Field. Ricky Nolasco's on the mound for the Angels, and he will be making his second start as an Angel. Jason Hamill on the mound for the Chicago Cubs. That again a 7:05 start. Angels line will kick things off at 4:30 Pacific time. Fernando Salas, here's Ricky.
will take over on the mound here. Salas will, not Velasco, because that would be interesting.
That would be pretty amazing.
Yeah, Salas pitching in his 50th game, 3-6 mark at a 4.75 ERA, 46 hits allowed, 47 in the third. He gets the face to top of the order. Fowler, Bryant, and Rizzo after Ward. Himself a 1, 2, 3, 6. Next to Fowler, the center fielder's 0 for 3.
Running action on that fastball from Salas. Part of his own mentioned earlier how well Fowler has hit the fastball this year. And it was Salas challenging 373 batting average versus fastballs.
Ground ball to second. Pennington comes in. 1 down. Bryant 1 for 3, homering in his last at bat. 28th of the year, 70th RBI. And the run for the Angels came in the first on the Calhoun blast. Chicago since has put a run on the board in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth.
And has been aggressive on the first pitch throughout this game.
Ball and a strike. Tough go for Fernando Salas the last month plus. He's trying to reach for it. Loops down the right field line. Cole is not going to get there. Count remains at 1-2. Anthony Rizzo's on deck. Down goes Bryant, 2 down. Follow Angels Baseball live with MLB.com app. That app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com app. The #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet.
It's a real good changeup on Salas. Trying to get a swing and miss.
Rizzo swinging first pitch, fouls it off. They're not shy, that's for sure. Rizzo 2 for 2 with a walk and a couple of doubles. 61 extra base hits now leads the National League.
And they're aggressive. They will swing and miss on occasion, but they have outstanding power, especially when they put themselves in fastball counts, and that may be the first pitch.
Balance for Joe Madden the rest of the way out. So many young guys. Such a big lead is maybe pulling back the reins a little bit, giving guys days off. Last thing you want to do is get into the postseason. All of a sudden, it's not there for whatever reason.
And we've seen over the years teams with significant leads kind of cruising in towards the finish line have not played well in the postseason.
It seems like the teams that you don't want to play, those wild card teams that had to play really hot baseball at the very end, become the dangerous ones at the very end. No, 2-2.
And last year, those top 3 teams all made the postseason, with St. Louis winning the division, Cubs and Pittsburgh wild card teams. Now it's at this point Joe Maddon's Cubs in first by a significant amount, 11 games. Then you have the Cardinals and the Pirates all in that conversation for the wild card, especially the second wild card.
Down goes Rizzo in a 1-2-3 inning for Salas. We head to the 8th. The Angels down 5-1.
Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field, and as we head to the top of the 8th inning, Angels find themselves down 5-1 as we welcome you back inside the friendly confines. Ken French with you out in right field, and coming up after this one is Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers, with myself, Jose Mota, and Tim Salmon. We'll bring you all the reaction from this one, but next to the bleachers, the tradition here is for the fans to throw back home runs from the opposition onto the field. But the irony, guys, back in 1950, Wrigley Field became the first ballpark in the big leagues to allow fans to keep home runs and foul balls hit into the stands. I tried to tell a few fans about that, and they didn't seem to listen. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Frenchie. We appreciate it.
Did you say something, Frenchie? Because we're not listening to you.
Yeah.
Oh, no surprise. Thank you, guys.
Jet Bandy will take ball 1. It's the bottom third of the order. Bandy, the pitcher spotted in Pennington. Johnny Giotello has grabbed the bat. He's in the on-deck circle. Tim Salmon getting ready for the post-game show.
Taking another selfie down there.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's got the euchre seats.
Yeah, you're on camera, Tim.
Should we text him while he's doing that right now?
Yes.
Upstairs, 3 balls, no strikes.
I think he was texting Frenchie how was the seats out there in the outfield.
There's a strike. All right, I sent it to him. See if he reacts with a smile. Unless he's really into posting something on Facebook.
We'll go, Victor who?
Yeah, exactly. That's so Tim. Who are you again? And he fouls it back. I think I know someone with the initials VR. Positive.
His look down there is he's looking at his phone right now.
He's taking another picture.
Yeah.
Bandy 1 for 2. Strikeout. He'll go down looking.
6th strikeout. All looking tonight for Lackey. Paints the outside corner once again. Still good velocity at 92.
This will be Johnny Givatella pitch hitting for a pitcher spot. .266 average for Johnny. He'll take a strike. Johnny 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter this year. I mean, what can you say about John Lackey? I mean, other than the fact that he just came out here good. We had a game plan. He executed it.
And he has not varied from that game plan because he stayed away a majority of the night.
That's pretty good game planning, that you don't adjust until the opposition adjusts against you.
And so often pitchers will do that, figuring, okay, they got to be looking away at some point. Well, why wouldn't you stay away? It's still difficult to drive the ball out of the ballpark the other way. I mean, Cole Calhoun had a very good swing on a fastball, middle away that he hit out. But other than that, like, he's hit his spot throughout.
This one skied to shallow right. Zobrist cutting out, and Hayward at the last second dives and he caught it. I think he thought Zobrist was going to keep on going at the last minute. Decided to leave his feet. Nice play by the right fielder.
When you talk about defensive players as far as defensive runs saved, two of the top two in all of baseball are here tonight. Simmons and Hayward on that outstanding play there. A little hesitation, anticipating Zobrist getting that one, but able to dive and make another outstanding play defensively for Hayward and holding on to the baseball. Gold Glove winner in 3 of the last 4 years as far as runs saved defensively, always at the top.
Pennington 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. He drives this one out to center. Fowler has to go back on it. Lackey with a 1-2-3-8. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 5-1 Chicago. In the 8th. Now it's time to take a look at that top tier play of the game, brought to you by Arco. Back in the 4th inning after a changeup
the pitch before. Zobrist gets a changeup and doubles down the right field line, scoring. Rizzo had doubled himself, back-to-back doubles at that point, open up the lead here for the Chicago Cubs as he comes to the plate here now in the 8th inning. Struck him out. Weaver did on the first at bat against Zobrist on the changeup. 8 doubles in that 2015 playoffs for Kansas City. He was a huge part of the Royals winning the World Series last year.
A.J. Octor on in relief for Fernando Salas about a 1-2-3 7th inning. Octor, the 27-year-old, called back up today with Cam Bedrosian being placed on the disabled list. A.J.'s been up and down with the Angels this year. This has been his 13th big league game. Zobrist fouls it off. No balls, 2 strikes. Octor, AAA Salt Lake, 2-2 mark, 4.12 ERA in 25 games. Grew up in the Minnesota Twins organization. Ground ball back toward the middle. Pennington far to his right, has a good throwing arm, and nice play by Albert, keeping the foot on the bag. Looks like the Cubs might have a look at it inside.
Well, we've seen Albert make that play a number of times this year. Once or twice got hurt on that stretch at first base. Joe Maddon's still looking in. The long throw from Pennington. And Albert keeps that foot on there, just touches that toe on the base. Gets the out. See right there, the stretch. Able to make contact and continue with that on that base and catch it and secure the baseball.
So 1 out. Jorge Soler at the plate. Soler, big swing and a miss. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Ground out and a couple of singles.
Change up there from Octor. Power sinker. When Octor's on his game, he'll get a lot of ground ball action. When he elevates that sinker, that's when he runs into problems.
One and 2. Cubs have right-hander Pedro Strop getting ready. Two balls, 2 strikes. The Angels in the 9th inning have the top of the order coming up, and Escobar, Calhoun, and Trout. Heck of an outing for John Lackey. 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. Check swing roller up the line. It's a fair ball. Albert will take it himself. 2 down.
Running action on an off-speed pitch from Octor. When he is lower part of the strike zone consistently with all his pitches, especially his fastball, his change and slider, very effective as far as getting some weak ground ball action.
Hayward tonight, 1 for 3. This one to second. Pennington's got it. We head to the 9th inning. Top of the order coming up for the Halos. They are down 5-1. FS1 features a star-studded doubleheader starting with Andrew McCutchen of the Pirates taking on the Dodgers. Then Mike Trout of the Angels take on the American League Central leading Cleveland Indians in a game you can only see on FS1. The action begins at 12:30 Pacific on FS1 or watch it live on Fox Sports Go.
And the Indians continue to lead that AL Central, winners today against the Nationals 3-1, in which Max Scherzer had a no-hitter for the Nationals against Cleveland into the 7th inning. Stroke 2-2 with a 2.74, but his fastball is going to be 93-97. Slider, throws a lot of them, and split finger fastball. Boy, this year the Cubs against American League lineups, ERA 1.91 coming into the game today. They pitched very well in interleague play.
Stroke on the mound. Javier Baez, the new third baseman, and Escobar will cue this one toward Rizzo. There's the first down of the night. Chris Bryant, by the way, moved from third to left. Baez taking over. There's Cole. Two for 3-9 for Calhoun. Tough go for Jared Weaver. Looked good early on. That second, third time through the order, just could not figure it out. An inning that snowballed on really the fifth, that home run to Bryant. And the bloop double that Choi overran. That should have been the third out. The drop ball at first base, the error on Jared, that led to the unearned run. Otherwise, you're talking about a 3-1 game.
Yeah,
still in there,
especially against a lineup like this Chicago Cubs lineup, very dangerous one. One thing we've seen well from the Angels tonight is Cole Calhoun's swings. Even that foul ball, the pitch before that one was right on it. Home run to left center. Single between first and second.
Swinging 3-0 and fouls it. Turn one, pardon me. Into the net, 2-2. Full count, Trout on deck. Aroldis Chapman playing catch. Cubs pen.
One of those weighted balls he's throwing right now. And that's the only way to keep it under 100.
Ground ball to second. 2 down. Almost down to the last out. Trout coming up. Did you ever use the weighted ball?
Yeah.
We had it in college.
I loved it. I still have it at home, believe it or not. Just to be able to play catch. What it does is allow you to stretch the arm out, and then when you get to the regular normal baseball, then you feel like you can throw it 100 miles an hour. Although we couldn't do that, but Chapman certainly can. Yes.
He's the one guy in the testimonial.
Yes.
Say, yeah, it's me.
And Joe Smith was talking about him today on the pregame show about what it's like just to listen to that fastball zipping in and hitting that catcher's mitt, warming up.
Trout tonight 0 for 3. Quick pitch. That's fouled back off the mask of Contreras. It's 1-2. Trout takes a cold strike 3, and the Angels are done here in game 1. As Chicago takes the first of this 2-game set by the final of 5-1.
Well, in typical Cubs fashion, we've seen this year, very good starting pitching, solid bullpen work, power in their swings, a couple home runs, manufactured a couple others. This team is very good and very dangerous. They've been hot, 18-6 in their last 24 games for the Chicago Cubs. They win game 1 of this 2-game set against the Angels 5-1.
It's their 8th consecutive win, and that's their matches a season high for them. The Angels have dropped 4 now to start this road trip. 5-1 the final. Cubs take it. Stick around. Angels Live postgame is coming up next.